Hi, welcome back to Christine's Corner. Oh, I'm loving it. I have the Baka men on my show again. They have a lot more to tell you. I didn't know anything about Baka way back, and they seem to be doing more and more each year. So if you look them up, I think it's www. Anyways, the main initial is the all caps. Are you B-A-C, two C's?
Just one.
Oh, one. I've been saying two. And A, Bikers Against Child Abuse.
Right. Yes.
And to my left is Poppy on the very end.
Hi.
And Charmer sitting next to me. Thank you again. For those who don't know what BACA is, I mean, I pretty much Bikers Against Child Abuse, but what does it mean? You're against child abuse, but what do you do for the children? Or is this just for children?
Yes. Well, first of all, we're a nonprofit organization, started several years ago in Utah, but we support abused children, and our primary mission is to empower them to feel safe in the world in which they live. And we do that, and Sharma will follow up on how we do that, but that is our focus on a child who's living in fear because of some form of abuse. Our mission is to help them move on, start to feel safe, and be able to take their life in whatever direction they want to go.
I commend you for that. Do you wear what you're wearing, the cuts, as you told me,
Yes.
in front of them, in front of everybody?
Everybody.
And you have flags. Is that your nationalities? You said Italian and you said
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian.
Yeah. And various members have various
There are
meaning.
other
It doesn't have to
patches.
be a flag.
Doesn't have to. Okay.
So we are an organization that takes all kinds. So you have to be a biker. That's the big criteria. And we are
Have
bikers.
to have a bike.
So you have to have a bike or access to a
Or
bike.
access.
But we are bikers. We show up as bikers. So that's how the kids see us.
That's good. I mean,
If we're on a bike, we're
you look
wearing
like
our
you
cuts.
can intimidate somebody, the abuser. I mean, even I see a fist on the back of the big patch.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, oh, you're going to beat up
No.
beat them up.
No. It's a symbol.
It's a
Okay.
symbol. Our mission is to empower those children to not be afraid. And we want them to feel safe, and they tend to feel safe around bikers, as it turns out. So this organization was started 30 years ago, 1995, in Utah.
Yeah, that was my question. How did this start? And who
So
started it?
there was a child therapist who noticed, who was also a biker, and he noticed that kids were excited around him and his bike. And if he visited them with, on weekends on the bike, then they were more outgoing. He started doing that with a few friends of his, and that just kind of grew from there. We're now in 47 states and 20 countries, and so it's an international organization.
44? Wow.
47.
47 in 20 countries.
20 countries. So we are all over the place, and every single person is a volunteer doing this. We're not therapists, we're not social workers, we're bikers. But
Right.
that turns out to make a huge difference for those kids.
They get to ride on the bike.
They do.
Yeah. With permission from the guardians or parents. We give them a little ride when we first meet them.
Short ride and very
Short
safe.
ride. But your point about the fist, it's really a symbol of our battle, our fight against child
Okay.
abuse. It's symbolic.
Right. So why
and-
would you abuse or use force when that's what you're against, right?
Exactly. No, we would not.
No.
If there's a problem, we call the authorities like
That's right.
anyone
Right.
else.
Everyone should.
But our presence when we go to court, or our presence if they're afraid where a child may be working and the perp may be around or come into that workplace, if we just sit there and enable the child to feel safe, usually the bad guys go away. If they don't and there's a problem, the authorities are called.
But
But we are also able, police could come to your house, make sure everything's okay. They've got to go on and protect the rest of the community. If our kid has an issue, our child has an issue, and we feel that we need to show up at the house, we could stay there all night.
all night.
If we had to,
Uh-huh.
because that's our singular mission. And again, police officers have to protect the whole community. They're going to be there to make sure everything's okay, but they gotta go.
Right.
And we all understand that.
Right.
But we don't have to because we have a different mission. So we'll stay. We want to make the child feel safe. And part of the way we look and the motorcycles and that whole image, the kids love it. They love it.
I'm just going to give you a scenario. What happens if the perpetrator, male or female, is at their home, apartment, wherever they are, and abusing the whole family? I mean, so can they call you right then, or should be?
So,
Abuse, like you said, it doesn't have to be physical.
Yeah.
It's
Usually that doesn't happen, but
Verbally,
if it
emotionally.
did, we would tell them to make sure they call the authorities.
Okay.
obviously
And-
these situations do happen a lot, and
Right.
we get involved after the authorities are called and after the abuser is not living physically in that same household. The way that our mission works, it doesn't make sense for us to get involved sooner than that.
Okay.
So it's difficult for us to see and hear things like that. Obviously, it's difficult
Yeah.
for anybody to hear about things like that.
Especially a child.
Right. But our mission works exactly how it works. If we stray from that, we dilute the mission. You can only do one thing well. And once that perpetrator is no longer living with them, that's when we can come in and empower that child to not be afraid.
They have to be out of the household.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And also you said the authorities. So police, DCF,
Yeah.
Yeah.
social workers.
Typically,
So it's
the
typically
report.
they call you.
Typically, what happens is that a child makes a disclosure about the abuse to their parent, legal guardian, whoever is taking care of them.
Okay.
That person will then make a call to the police or to DCF or both. And at some point, either police, DCF, or another organization that they start working with will give them a brochure just like the one that you have.
Yes, this is a really, really nice brochure that they have let me use, and I'm definitely going to hand out to anybody that needs it or know of somebody, and you as well. If you don't have to be involved, but if you know someone,
Right.
there's a phone number that's
Right.
There are two
Our
phone numbers.
hotline.
Yeah, so basically, if you go to bacaworld.org, BACA world.org, there's a list of chapters there, so you can find whatever your closest chapter is. Or in Connecticut, we have these brochures. Well, brochures are everywhere, but these are ours. They have the phone numbers for the 2 chapters in Connecticut, and it's a very simple process to get in touch with us.
there's
You call the
east
number.
and west. What if I'm in the west and I don't know if I'm west or east?
You can call really either one. We will figure it out on our end. But it's in Connecticut. There's 2 chapters. There's the original Connecticut chapter and the Western Connecticut chapter. It's divided by the Connecticut River. The phone numbers are for both. You call. You just say, "Hey, this is my name. This is my phone number. I can use your help." Within roughly 24 hours, we will call back. Our child liaison. Her road name is Mama Bear. She's great at this, and she will call back and start that process of figuring out if this is a case where we can help.
I'm so glad there's a female as well. They're not put in certain roles as female male roles either, are they?
So
Everybody's equal in our.
Everyone is
Yeah,
equal.
Female, males, they can take on any responsibility.
They
so it
can
really
drive a
doesn't matter.
motorcycle.
You have to either have a motorcycle or have access. So some
Okay.
of our members, their partner may actually be the driver of the motorcycle and they
Okay.
ride on the back.
Ah,
So if you don't have a bike, you need to be with somebody that does have a bike.
okay.
But you got to have a bike, one way or the other.
Yeah.
And it's got to go at least 50 miles an hour.
Okay.
It's kind of a joke, but it's real. 'Cause,
That
you know, we
sounds fast.
travel.
yeah,
We'll go 100 miles to visit a child, or
100 miles.
depending on where they live in Connecticut. Yeah, you
I,
know.
I took a road trip one time. If you don't mind, I'll tell you a quick
Oh,
story.
please. Yeah.
So, in order to become a full member, you have to go through at least 12 months of training.
12 months.
Getting to know everybody in this FBI background check. So you start out as a prospect, and you go through this training. Eventually, you get your big back patch, and it's a big achievement to get that. I started out with 3 other people. One of them dropped out pretty early on, but the other 3 stuck with it. and we started on the same day, and we got our patches on the same day. So we had our patching ceremony. I patched in 2020, so it was during lockdown, so it was a wild
boy,
time.
yeah.
And then one of them, a month after this, said, "Hey, so I'm moving," and so he moved down to Virginia. He joined the chapter down there.
Oh, right, because
We
47.
have chapters everywhere.
Right.
But
Well, that's good.
So sometime
And you have
later,
to go through 12 more months.
no.
Okay.
You can transfer. And he joined down there, and I decided to take a road trip. And so part of that road trip was I visited him down there.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I'm going to be, there this weekend. He said, great. Well, we're actually going to meet a new child. So do you want to come ride with us?
You can do that.
And I said,
too.
oh, absolutely.
Wow.
That sounds great. We rode 400 miles that day. We picked up, so his chapter, and I think 4 other chapters came together to support a brand new chapter. This was their first child.
Oh,
We rode all over
a brand
the
new
place.
chapter. Wow.
Yeah, we rode all over the place, and they were all like, wow, you came down from Connecticut for this?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, no, really, I didn't know that this was happening, but I'm
Right,
really glad
but-
that I get to be a part of it.
Yeah. What good timing.
Yeah, so we rode all day long, and that family seemed like they really needed the help, and I'm really glad that I was there to help
good.
out how I could.
Do you ever find out what happened to them after you need to leave?
It's funny. We were at the Moms Festival this past weekend,
Yes.
and
Or
were
I
you there
met
when
you.
one of the moms came up and told us about a little guy we had years ago? He ended up in the Army, got out of the Army, and suffered an injury, sadly, not in war or anything, but gave us an update. He's now a young man and doing well.
Very nice.
And of course, she thanked us, and we
he
we
was there
remembered him.
too,
He was
too.
a hot little ticket, He was, but now he's a young man and he's doing well. So yeah, we find out. Not all the time,
No.
and that's okay.
And you're not supposed to.
If a parent lets us know, or
Okay.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But we really want to put ourselves out of business. We gradually
wish,
withdraw from supporting the child, but they're always part of our family. If we
Wow.
get a call
Oh,
this year from a family from years ago and something's going on, they're still part of our family. We'll be there.
yeah. I
but-
suppose you happen their children, their child, or it would in a sense help them to maybe get away from the person that's being the abuser. You think?
Usually by the time we interact, they've already gotten away,
Okay.
you know,
Oh, I see.
because it's been a case, they've gone to the authorities, the perpetrator has either been arrested or taken out of the home in some form or fashion, and now the family and the kid, the child, are looking for support.
Because
And
he's
especially
still,
if it's a court case and they're going to have to go forward.
right.
That's a real important part of what we do, bringing
Yeah,
them
and
to
you,
court.
the only time it's like you don't meet that abuser, but in court you're going to see them, so you're going to be petrified. You can't sleep, and
Yeah, I mean, they're
think they're
scary.
gonna be everywhere as you
we
are,
all
right?
say, it's hard for any of us to go to court as adults. It's intimidating.
very.
It's overwhelming. All of the above.
right.
Now you're a little child, 7, 8, 9 years old, and you've been traumatized because of this abuse, and now you're in this courtroom, judges and lawyers, and you might have to talk, and
Yeah,
the person who harmed you is
you're
right
sitting
over
in
there.
the audience or courtroom.
But
yes.
now they are we are around them. It's like a big bubble of Baka people,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and it makes a difference. It's like any of us. If we're alone, we're alone. But if all of a sudden our friends come to our support,
Yeah, right.
we feel better.
Yes.
Yeah.
We feel better. We feel
Yeah.
safer.
And if you don't have all those, because a lot of them don't want to be around you, but to have some.
Yeah, and some families are just struggling to get by. They don't have all the support that they might necessarily need for a variety of reasons.
Right.
Mom or dad or whoever's the guardian is just working hard to make sure their kid's okay, but they need additional help. So you have the help of social workers and clinicians, and Baka is also a place in that world.
The whole realm
that-
of
that
helping
we can
and
help.
caring. Do you have events?
So
We do.
we do our own parties for these kids, usually twice a year. So we do like a back to school party and a holiday party, December.
Oh, nice.
So,
do
you know,
bowling alley
just
or
to
a
help
fun
them
place.
feel more like kids.
Oh, so you probably give them like backpacks and things to
Well,
start
presents,
school kind
school
of thing?
supplies.
Yeah.
We asked the children what they would like from Santa.
Oh,
You know, within reason. We're not going to buy them a Cadillac, maybe, but
Nintendo.
seriously, they get some nice presents, and they also get to interact with other children.
you
The
can
children
swap stories.
don't know each other
Yeah.
necessarily. They're from all over Connecticut,
Wow.
and then when they get there,
There's somebody like me.
they
not by
get to meet
myself.
other kids, and there's that part of the social dynamic,
Yeah.
as well as the families and the guardians and the moms or the dads.
I may have asked this, but what are the ages?
So we go up to 18 years old, and it's there is a couple of interesting exceptions that may happen there, but by and large, it's kids under 18. Sometimes
Like
we
special
follow
needs, special.
special needs. That's one of those tricky areas. So we have dozens of documents that are bylaws and policies and procedures that
Oh.
document exactly how we do the mission that we do.
Do each one of you have to know that?
That's part of the training, is that you have to
Oh.
understand how all of that works. And when it comes to kids with special needs, when it comes to kids that are very, very young or things like that, what ends up happening is that those end up being kind of exceptional cases where we have to really look at what's going on. So that's where the executive board for the chapter needs to evaluate it, potentially kick it up to the next level to get some advice on what to do. We try to help the people that need help, but we have that criteria of the standard is under 18. It has to be under 18 years old. It has to be a child who was abused at some point. It could be an 18-year-old that was abused at 5 years old,
Oh,
or sorry, 17-year-old. Right? We would
Right.
get involved in that case if the child lives in fear.
right.
So the criteria really are just very quickly. If it's a child who was abused at some point, who lives in fear,
Right.
does not live with the
Perpetrator.
perpetrator, with the alleged abuser,
Male, female, whatever.
does not matter. Doesn't matter what kind of abuse it was. It has to be reported to the authorities in some way.
Okay, it does.
Has to be documented.
Right, documented. And then parent or legal guardian has to call us. And really, the one last thing of that is the child has to want us there.
Of course. But you said you show them who you are because maybe they just don't know who you are.
No, our Mama Bear, our
Right.
child liaison, goes with a small group. They get to see a video about Baca, and there's a conversation about Baca, and Mama Bear leads that conversation about how we operate. All of the information we're sharing with you, age appropriate, of course, and then the family makes a decision. Usually, before Mama Bear and the group are walking out the door, they've said,
You've already.
"We want to be part of your family." You know, and so we'll start the process.
Yeah.
But Mama Bear has to bring that back to the executive board just to make
Okay.
sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted and yada yada. And then we go, okay, we're going to go meet the kid.
Wow, that's good. And each one of you are already the federal, on a federal level, have checked you out.
Yes.
Yeah, FBI record check. You have to be fingerprinted and it's sent. Because we want to make sure the people that are in an organization
And
are
not a
the right
perpetrator
people
themselves.
that are in an organization. And so that works.
What if someone, she's going through, can a parent just call you up directly without any intervention? But you said that there has to be reported, but
If somebody did, that would be one of our first questions. You know, is your case documented? Or are you working with authorities, whoever those authorities may be, that have documented that the child, in fact, has suffered some kind of abuse? You know, if a person called us up, and I was the child liaison for a while over the few years back, and one mom called me up, and she was coming to Connecticut because her child was going to be in court. I don't remember why she was out of state, but she wanted us to pick her up at the airport. I mean, it was an honest request,
right.
and bring her to court because she needed that kind of help. but we don't do that. But so I very gently said, we don't do that kind of stuff, but here's where you can go to get the support you need to get to court.
So you help them in some
Yeah,
sort of
we're
way.
not
You
gonna
don't
just
just
say
drop them.
no.
It's like, okay.
And then I had one call where a parent, just to make a long story short, just wanted to have a bunch of bikers around. It really wasn't a case. So you again, you're polite about it, but you say, I'm sorry, that's not what we do. It
right.
has to be a case, be a kid in fear, and then we'll help.
Have you ever had a time or any time where you had to call many members from other states or countries or anything to come? 'Cause
Funny you should
it's
ask
so
that.
bad.
So
Last month.
It's real
Well,
quick.
I know the one you were thinking of.
yeah, so
Without naming names
this
or-
happens a lot because all the different chapters have different sizes. Some are bigger, some are smaller, and sometimes you need a lot of members. We all work together, right? So we're one BACA, and if, let's say, the Massachusetts chapter is going to court and they really need a big presence there, they really need everybody to fill those pews, they'll call us up. We will do the same. Where we've gotten called in for, where we're going to court and we really need that presence. We've had people from all over the place. We had two of our members come up. They were on their, was it
Honeymoon in the Poconos last month.
And they drove up. They rode up
Wow.
to go to court with us.
Yeah.
So
Wow. That's
Yeah. DCF
I can
asked,
imagine even like if just, I'm not saying it is, but like some sort of gang or huge organization that are just not nice and they use their gang against, and then, so is that why you need probably another reason to use even more?
well, it's more to show support for the child and the family.
Right.
Like one family came in from out of state because it was an ongoing case and the child had since moved with the family. They came back for the court though. Well, that family was from out of state. They didn't know anybody, so we had a lot of our members show up for 2 days of court, and the family just felt supported, as well as the child, because they didn't know anybody. This
Right.
wasn't their
Yeah.
home state,
Nobody wants to talk to.
and they just said thank you because they just
that
knew
was
we were
great
there.
that you all would support each other
Yeah,
and interact.
and we're there for them.
one of the things that happens is that these perpetrators will try to intimidate the child in some way, and not even just the perpetrator, himself or herself.
Pay somebody off to.
It's family members, right? It's friends, because they will go to court. They'll just be out there, in the neighborhood. Oftentimes,
drive by the house.
right? Oftentimes, these perpetrators, not always, of course, but there's a lot of cases where it's a family member,
It is.
right? And so then the family gets divided by this. And so the perpetrator's mom or dad or brother or
Who
nephew,
you gotta
whoever,
believe.
is trying to say, hey, why are you trying to, put
My
him in
son will
prison?
never be abusive, or my daughter, or
Right.
whomever. Yeah.
So when we go to court with these kids, with these families, we surround them so that nobody comes and talks to them if that family doesn't want to talk to them.
That's
we
how
just
they're
stand
feeling in the
there
moment, right?
and that's it.
Okay.
And that's why we sometimes need the numbers, is because if we know that this is a situation where that might happen,
Right.
we will want more people.
Right.
So
Our presence is comforting to the child, and
Especially we're all in black and in
yeah,
cuts and
yeah,
all
you know,
the
and
patches
that's
that
part
you're
of the
wearing.
image. But
And you're standing straight, and you've got the motorcycles alone is
yeah,
intimidating.
and the noise.
No, I wasn't going to go there, but yeah.
the kids always record us coming to their house. And
Oh, they do.
Yeah, yeah.
So they take pictures. You can't take pictures.
We don't
but
take
they
pictures
take
ever.
pictures.
Yeah,
That's-
and film.
Okay.
Often they'll say, "Can we take a picture of you guys with us or with the child?" And sure, but that's their call.
yeah.
You know.
So a lot of
we don't.
BACA members have their regular jobs, and they do this on the side.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
this
they
is
can't
not a
be.
paid.
If they say they're going to show up, they have to be there and on
Yeah.
time.
Now, obviously, there are times when you got to work, so 95% of us will show up, but 5% of us have to work tonight, right? Or whenever that time is. So we're flexible, but people going into it know that what we say is you give 100% of the time you have. Now, your time might be less than my time, but if I'm giving 100% of the time I have, and you're giving 100% of the time you have, even though your time might be shorter because you're working longer, that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
More hands make less work.
And you don't work 95.
This is the kind of thing where...
I mean, as a Baca group, it's just, it's
a
24/7.
Yeah, 24/7. But, you know, the visits, the child visits, the routine kind of stuff, usually it occurs on a weekend where most people, not all,
Right, or
are
holidays.
off and can make it, you know, or in the evening. So it works out.
That's good.
But everyone has a commitment and understands that.
Well, every time I see you with the Baca patch or anything, I always go by and say, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
thank you for all that you do.
You're welcome.
And can you give them the site one more time?
It's bacaworld.org, so BACA world.org. And there you can find the listing of your local chapters. There's an explainer video. There is our mission statement.
Thank you again.
Thank you for having us.
Oh,
Really
absolutely.
We appreciate
Come
it.
again. And I want to thank my audience members, whoever you may be, and you can pass this along, what you see or heard today, please. And I love you. Hugs from all of us.
Yes.
Sometimes life just happens. Don't worry. Farmington Motorsports will get you back on the road and at a fair price. From towing to tires, emissions to transmissions.
Our ASC certified techs do it all.
Farmington Motorsports is a family-run business. We're a Napa Auto Center and AAA approved. We work on all makes and models from preventative maintenance to major repairs.
And every repair is backed by our 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty.
When life happens to you, don't worry. Farmington Motorsports.